Hi there, welcome. So today I want to take you behind the scenes of my YouTube channel to show you exactly how much money I make on a month-to-month basis with a small channel with about 10,000 subscribers. Now the income that I'm going to share with you in this video is only linked to my YouTube AdSense, which is essentially what you partner with on YouTube to generate ads on your channel, and then every month YouTube keeps a certain percentage of that ad revenue and gives you the rest. On top of that, you also get taxed on this income based on where you are, and the percentage can really vary depending on whether you're in the US or not. So you don't always get the exact amount that is seen on the channel here. It might have a couple of deductions on it on a month-to-month basis based on where you are and what tax form you filled out with Google AdSense. So with that out of the way, let's dive in and see exactly how much this channel made and how I got there. So as you can see, we had about 5 million impressions on this channel, which is probably a lot when you think about it in terms of how many people actually view the channel. But when you see there's a specific click-through rate, which means 6.6% of the people who had these, who viewed my video actually went through and counted as a view. So you can see there's almost been about 500,000 views for this year until now, which is around 10 months in. So we still have 2 more months to go. So this number might fluctuate a little bit towards the end, but I don't think it will change that much from how it's been this whole year. And when you see the different traffic sources where I get my traffic from, you can see that it's a mix of different aspects. So I do get traffic from YouTube search, which is awesome. So about 60% of my traffic comes from the search engine that YouTube is already, which is actually one of the reasons why I love YouTube so much. I don't have to specifically go outside and promote my videos and do things to get traffic. Other than that, YouTube also suggested some of my videos, which means that it popped up my video in the home feed of many pages, which also got back traffic. And then also, of course, there are external sources of traffic, such as social media and all of that, where traffic comes in from as well. And when we dive into the external sources of traffic, which is only about 5%, you see that Google search contributes to a large chunk of that. So people who were looking for the terms that I created content in, and again, my website, which is digitalempires.co. So it does help to also have a website and a Google presence because it kind of complements each other, Google and YouTube being the two largest search engines. And then you can go down and see which of the videos perform better and how many views those videos got. In terms of engagement, I can see that the average view duration was about 4 minutes 32 seconds. So if you have a channel where your average view duration is quite low, or it's like 1 or 2 minutes, then obviously your income will also fluctuate because less ads will be able to show in that particular time frame. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about how to, how much money your channel is going to make. So most of my videos average between 5 to 7 minutes, and of course there are shorter videos as well, which is why the average view duration of all of the videos is around 4.5 minutes. And what I really want to share with you, which is extremely important, is one, the size of the audience. So when I say a small channel, I only about got 8,000 subscribers this year, and I don't have such a big channel compared to, let's say, people who have 50,000 or 100,000 subscribers. So compared to that, it's pretty small. But what's interesting is that when you look into the geographies, that is really where a lot of data lies into how much money I'm able to make from Google AdSense. Because if the majority of my traffic was only coming from countries where there's no high, RPM, which is the revenue that you make for every 1,000 views of the video, then I would have a much lower income overall. So as you can see, my top geographies for this year were US, India, UK, Philippines, Canada. And then, of course, if you want to explore more, you can always look into analytics and see where else or which other countries your audience is coming from. And of course, I can also see the age and the gender. So I can see what is the breakup of the audience. And again, if you have an audience which is, let's say, targeted towards teenagers or towards, younger demographic, or a really older demographic who is not that savvy online and doesn't buy things online, then your RPMs are also going to fluctuate and your income is going to fluctuate on that as well. For me, I'm lucky that I have the majority of my audience is in this space where they have graduated and they have either a job or they are actively working and making money. So they also are able to click on ads and purchase things. And that also makes it a much more profitable general demographic of an audience to have. Now let's go to the interesting part, which is how much money this channel made. So far I have made $8,562 this year. So US dollars. The RPM, which is revenue per 1,000 views, has been around $18. Again, that is influenced by the countries that these views is coming from. It can be higher depending on the niche as well as the geography where your audience is based. I am in the marketing and business niche, so it is one of the more profitable niches. However, if you are in a niche like personal finance or real estate, you can see RPMs which are even crazier than this, like even $80 RPMs have been seen on different channels. And playback based CPM again is what we get before YouTube takes its cut. So what comes into my pocket is this number, which is $18 per thousand views, which again is not at all a bad RPM, specifically because you continue to make this money once your channel is monetized. And I'm not doing anything else to promote these videos anywhere else. They're just organically getting traction from YouTube, the search engine. And as the channel grows and as the video, get more and more popular, I get more and more money based on that as well. And you can see the monthly estimated revenue, which is a breakdown of how I made different months. I think if I average it out, it's always between $800 to $900. What's also really interesting is to go into the deeper analytics of what videos are making money, and then you can actually see how much each of the popular videos of yours made money, and of course what RPM you got for each of those videos. So you can see one of my most popular videos on the channel here, which has over 100,000 views, has made me the most money. So it has made me, I think, about almost $2,000, which is crazy when you think about it. And again, depending on how much the RPM was, you can see that it fluctuates as well depending on the topic of the video. So you can really see, okay, which of the videos or video topics did the best on your channel. And then you can see if you want to create more videos around those topics. And you can also see some of the videos don't have such a high RPM, and you can see which ones those are, which can then again give you an indication of what kind of videos you want to create in the future. If having a high ad income from your channel is the main source or the main goal that you have for the year as well. So when we look at an overview of what happened in this channel, you can see that my channel got about 470,000 views. The watch time was roughly around 35,000 hours. Now, I do have videos which are quite long as well, specifically tutorial videos. So that does help with ad income as well, because there's a chance to see multiple ads for my viewers compared to a channel which is making, for example, 5-minute videos where you only probably get one ad that you see, right? Subscribers, again, I gained about 8,000. And as you can see, the estimated revenue was about 8,500. And I think by the end of this year, it's probably going to be around $10,000, give or take a couple of $1,000 here and there, which I think is a pretty fair amount, specifically because it's only my second year on YouTube and I only have this channel monetized since about almost 12 months now. So it's not like I've been doing this for a very long time. And this is not a lot of income when you think about in terms of absolute terms, but it's also nothing small. So it's actually a great way to generate a secondary or a third or even your primary, source of passive income, because I already made these videos once and I continue to make money on them over and over again as and when people watch these videos. Now, I have to say that there are three main factors that lead to how much money you make on YouTube, specifically on AdSense. And those three factors are: one, your consistency. So how consistently are you uploading your videos? Because it is just simple math. The more videos you have, the more options that YouTube has to show ads to your audience, and the more money you're able to make in the long run. The second really important thing, which comes at the beginning of starting your channel, is which niche you have picked. So if you're a niche or an industry which is not really profitable, such as, for example, gardening, then you might see lower RPMs or lower ad revenue that you generate from your channel compared to a niche, for example, like personal finance. The third thing, which is also important and that not a lot of people think about, is where your audience is based. So depending on the language that you have your YouTube channel in, this is going to influence where your views are coming from, as well as where your community is being built. So if your views are coming from English-speaking countries, which are higher income countries, then you will have a higher ad income every month, compared to if your income is coming from lower ad income countries, which are specifically countries where YouTube doesn't have a strong hold or where advertisers don't spend a lot of money on ads. So when you have all these three things working in your favor, you can absolutely have a sustainable income from YouTube, specifically as a passive source of income. So it may not be enough to pay all of your bills, but it is not something so small that you can continue to ignore as well. So if this is something that you liked watching, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to see more such videos about how I make money online. Thank you for being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one.